Well, by our custom already, we will start with our stars for today. And our star for this week is Jan. Let's applaud him. He wrote his mission statement 1 week ago, and today we will discuss it. However, we have 2 new stars, guys. I'm extremely excited. I'm thrilled. Guys, you are absolutely awesome. And we will start with our rising star, Brian. He wrote his mission statement and he promised us. Let's applaud to him. Yes, Brian.
Yeah, I
Great
got it
job.
done. I finished it.
I couldn't read it, but I read already a comment that it was written, that it was beautifully written. Great job. I cannot wait to read it. As soon as we will finish our meeting, I will read.
Okay.
Great job, Brian. And
Thanks.
we have another star, Noel. He wrote his mission statement as well. Do you remember? He promised last time. He's a man. He promised. He did it. Okay, guys, great job. And let's, we will go to our mission statement just a little bit later. Right now, I really want to mention something. Whatever is going on our board, I feel responsibility to participate in it and tell my opinion. And guys, let's do this, not be offended at each other. We are looking for feedback, right? Now, what's the point if we will say, yes, that's great, but we will think different thing, right? Yes, that's wonderful, but we will think different thing. Let's grow. I believe, and I learned 20 years ago, that from the positive critique, what is happening with us, we are growing. And what is happening from if we are praising, we are going down. So let's try to learn and do positive critique of each other, because we are here to get better. Heather said, I'm here to get better. So Heather, are you ready for positive critique sometimes? Wonderful. Wonderful. So, and what I wanted to say about that I wanted to discuss a little bit fasting. Why? Remember, guys, today the meeting for our together conversation. Today is no new topic, but I will introduce you the new schedule, which I am doing personally. No, around maybe a couple of months, but before I did different. So this is would be the new. At the rest, we will discuss what we learned and what we remember. So because we are free to discuss our discussion board. And I want to talk about fasting. Fasting is good, right? It's healthy, and we are all wants to be healthy. However, do you remember we were talking about proactivity? And I was asking, can proactivity goes wrong? And we figure out that yes, it's possible. Proactivity, basically, it's how to control your mind. It's a wonderful thing, right? But everything can go wrong. So how it can go wrong? Noel said last time, not last time, at that time. Remember, Noel, you were saying how proactivity can go wrong.
Correct.
Can you repeat it? Just very, very briefly.
I don't remember off the top of my head right now, Lena.
Okay, that's no problem. It's basically what you were saying that it can go in our own time, in our own situation, without preparation and without knowledge.
Correct.
It's what you
That's
were
exactly
saying.
what I said.
So how's about fasting, guys? Or about everything, with any good thing? Exercise can go wrong. Exercises can go wrong, yes, and it's basically good. Fasting can go wrong. It's good, it's for health, but it can go wrong. So what are exactly my point? When a person who is not prepared for fasting, and he right away going into 1 week fasting. It's too much. It's absolutely too much. Fasting, it's very stressful for your body. Basically, what your body is doing while you are fasting, it's eating its own resources, whatever is inside. And while we are packed with some, not, how to say, something which we need to remove, but if it's too much right away, it's stressful. What, for example, I know there is fasting, dry fasting exists. And they do know dry fasting, it's no water and no food at all, dry. And that need to be special preparation. It's preparation with studying and with knowledge, and practically it would be good even with the doctor to do that, or maybe in some monastery, because do remember we discussed that fasting, especially long fasting, should be not stressful. You don't, preferably not to work, preferably not to stress, because your body already in stress. Next, there is fasting only on water. Then there is fasting only on vegetable or fruit juice. And there is fasting on milk. Do know, I never ever heard fasting on coffee. Doesn't exist that fasting on coffee. Guys, coffee is stressful for the body.
Well,
Fasting,
Lena, sorry to cut you off, Lena, but I did my fasting, my 10-day fasting on water and coffee.
it's what I'm talking about. This is not good. You are strong, but please bring your body health, not to stress. So this is fasting. This is stress. This is benefit. And when the stress is going bigger than benefit, you still brought your benefit to your body by fasting. But when it's stress is much more than benefit, our body get weaker. Let me give you some situation which was, I had in Russia a friend, and he is a really a very popular writer. He's writing books. And we communicate, so he was my old friend. And he's a doctor. He was influenced by fasting a lot. And he started to write books even on fasting. And he was practicing in maybe 10, maybe 15 years, something like that. And one day, I didn't read a lot about fasting. We just communicate like friends. One day he called me and he almost cried. And he said, Lena, you cannot imagine what happened to me. So he came to fasting about, I don't remember, it was already 10 years ago, maybe more. He was going into 1 week or 10 days fasting, or maybe 2 weeks, not more. So one day he couldn't get up. His leg didn't follow him. So, and he was almost crying, and he said, yes, I will recover. I know my legs are weak, and whatever is stressful for the body, the weakest part of organ of or part of body becomes suffering. So, and he said, I will recover with doctors. I know that my legs, some joints are weak, but what can I say to my followers? I have hundreds, thousands of followers who are reading my book, who I influenced. I was, of course, I was in shock. So can you imagine what fasting can do to body? So it's again, the last time I'm saying, guys, we need to find education. We need to read books before to go. It's not like this. I did it. No, I do it better. Okay, I actually remember one story. It's actually one doctor told me, not me. It was on some meeting he's a doctor, he's a surgeon. And so he was saying, do you know, guys, there is two types of people who are coming to trauma doctors or trauma surgeons. So the first type of people who are saying to their friends, look what I can. And there is another group of people who are coming to trauma surgeon. No, that's not right. Let me show how it should. So please don't do that. You just show to each other who is cooler, because right now you're playing with your health, and it's important. Patrick, thank you for posting on our message board many stories what you are doing. They're very interesting, they're very inspirational. I like that 10 habits of fasting. I listened that it's a good source because he's a doctor and he has a lot of subscribers. Definitely he knows what he's doing, and many points for myself I like it. Thank you. And again, what he was saying, he didn't say today you have 2 hours break from the food, tomorrow get up and have 8 hours. What he was saying slowly going every day, slow. So this is he knows what he is saying. About the bad habits in our eating, I like it also a lot. We need to analyze why we have a meal 7-8 times per day. Right? We need to analyze that. For example, if we are in an office, it means we are coming with the full bag of usually junk food. Because we cannot bring parts of a good meal and they sit and cook and they do it fresh, right? So, and you know, very simple, but very powerful solution. Just don't buy it. It sounds trivial, but just don't buy it. Or for example, another, I don't know why, but if I'm traveling and especially by car, I like to take a lot of food with me. It's just fun, you're driving and you're eating, but do not, thanks God, I don't travel every time or very often. What's for people who are driving very often? Or maybe it's their jobs. So they are buying a lot of food. And again, can it be good food? Can a driver go and cook something? Of course not. Of course, it's again junk. And it becomes habit. So don't buy. Try, don't buy, not right away, because you won't be able to handle it right away. Try, do not buy something and cut how the doctor from Patrick post. And try to cut something less, but do not stop to eat at all. It won't be, please don't think that as soon as you will finish your fasting, you won't eat anything. No, you will eat like crazy after you fasting. So this was a very, very short remark about our message board. And now I will share the screen and we will go to Jan. Go to our Jan mission statement. Let me make some adjustments. Okay, here we are. Brian, did you wanted to say something? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought you were saying fighting that whole time. I didn't know you were saying fasting. I thought you kept saying, are you fighting?
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. It's my accent. I try to work with my accent.
No, it's just funny because I didn't understand what you were saying. Eventually, I figured out that you were talking about fasting, but it was really.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Hello,
sorry
Shayla.
about that.
That's fine.
Hello.
Welcome to our group.
Thank
What is your familiarity with the 7 habits?
I'm a lawyer, and
Wonderful.
I think the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is actually, to me, one of the best negotiation books. People don't think of it necessarily as a negotiation book, but one of the habits is seek first to understand and then to be understood. And that is, to me, that's the key to effective negotiation of any transaction, to
Absolutely.
be a good listener.
Thank you so much. We are in the habit number 3, and the habit which you mentioned will be in the future habits. So you are in the perfect time. And if you would be interested, we were going through listening maturity. Mr. Covey said about human maturity, but we added the listening maturity, and it's 7 steps. If you would be interested, I can personally send to you, or if you will join our group chat, you can find that or email me that I would send to you. It's very interesting. So look please in the chat, and if you would be interested, please join us.
Okay.
All presentations are there. Okay. And we will move ahead. So this is actually, I wanted to, for quick addition to that, I wanted to share with you how I changed my eating habits. It's again just a couple words. It's enough for fasting, but it's important because our guys are fell in love with fasting, and I wanted they would go the right direction. Guys, with this, how I change my eating habits practically right away. I change it with my schedule. Right now, I'm going to bed at 8 p.m. and I'm getting up at 4 a.m. And because I'm going with the sun, my eating habits become less. Now I'm eating twice a day. So I am we are eating at having breakfast at 8 a.m. Sometimes 9. So 8, 9. Then we have lunch or dinner at 3 p.m. So you can see it's 6 hours, and we are not hungry at all. And after 3, practically I don't eat anything. At 7, I'm drinking a half glass of milk. So let's see, from 7 p.m. I'm getting I raised at 4, and only at 6 I can have a half glass of kefir or yogurt. So you see, from 7 till 6 a.m., from 7 p.m., 11 hours of fasting. And Violeta offered the best example of fasting every day. It's do not eat from late evening till early morning. No, okay, enough about it. I just shared with you. And here you are, Jan mission statement. Let's discuss. He will listen, and Jan, whatever you think, maybe my opinion was went in the wrong direction, or guys discuss it already on the message board. So please, any comments, just post. And I hope we will meet next Sunday actually this Sunday at 4 p.m. I want to be a happier man every day. Guys, I absolutely love it. Nothing wrong with being every day happier and happier. We don't have our limit. We are attracting what we want. If I would like to be happier, half happier, if I would like to be happier every other month or every year happier, I will get it. He wants to be happier every day. The sky is the limit for you, Jan. I absolutely love it. I believe that my spirituality tree is the only source of all real happiness. I completely agree with it. We were talking about if we want to reach something on the physical level, our physicality is the limit, because I cannot be a runner, right? I cannot be a champion in running. I cannot be a sinner. I cannot go to some Mensa society. It's for very intelligent people, and Brian is laughing, right? I cannot, because this is the limit of my physical ability. But if I believe in God, if I trust in God, if I will ask Him and will put my effort, God won't give us whatever we ask if we're laying down on our sofa and watching movies. We need to put effort, but He will give us unlimited abilities. I have to be a skillful gardener in order to keep it strong and grow. I love it. I don't remember we discussed it here or he took it by himself. He's very spiritual and very deep thinker. No, because he is not here, I would tell for him how we see it. I was a gardener, and the weeds are growing very fast. But anyway, when they're small, they're just started, they're like this. And to remove them from the garden, you just need to pick and throw away. So easy. But they are growing so fast that very soon, and their roots are so big that very soon we won't be able to dig them, only if we are digging with the shovel. So this is what he means, be a skillful gardener. So remove all the weeds from us right away. And this is also applied to children, right? We can only please our children. But if we water in the garden, if we water in our children, right, like a good plant, next to that place where we watering, weeds are growing. And we need to pull those weeds from our children as well, not only from ourselves. Beautiful. I like that what he said. I also believe that the only enemy holding me back is myself. With this, and then he wrote, I have to be my own hero. With this, I would debate a little bit. Guys, can I ask you, what do you think about the sentence? I also believe that the only enemy holding me back is myself.
I think it's a very proactive statement.
Okay.
Basically, you're sort of taking responsibility for your own actions, your own thoughts.
Okay. Patrick?
We're our own worst enemy.
Okay. Okay, Heather, thank you. Patrick? Patrick, I think maybe you didn't turn on your microphone.
Thank you. I think that I'm not a fan of it because I don't believe in, the enemy of anything, right? Not, are there conflict? Absolutely. I'm not naive about that. But I think conflict goes back to, I think, someone mentioned about listening to understand, right? One of the future habits, right? I think it was Sheila, right? It's the same thing. It's understanding yourself, right? And the lack of understanding, that gap is what, basically going back to what you say, proactivity, right? Making a decision in the absence of information could lead to, most of the time, poor outcomes. And I think that's what it is. So, if you make a decision that you don't know yourself that is, you know, in a situation where you think it's beneficial, but it actually is not, right? Then it will come across like, oh, I'm the bad, or you know, I'm doing something bad for myself, which might or might not be the case. So so that's why I like to hear like, what does he mean by that before I make any type of like, okay, but overall as it stands, right? I mean, if you say like, yeah, you know what, my ignorance is my personal ignorance is the thing that I'm fighting against, and personally that I agree with, because I am doing the same thing. I try to be less ignorant every day, right? So I don't know. I mean, that's, you know, so it depends on context, I guess.
Thank you, Patrick. Richard, please.
I think the statement itself removes the opportunity to think that someone or something else is holding you back, and takes personal responsibility.
Mhm.
That part of it I completely agree with, and I guess we studied that about personal responsibility and being in the independent level, and I think that holds true to that.
Thank you, Richard. So, guys, what I can say that I will tell my opinion right now. There is no wrong opinion. Everything, even our opinion can be different. There is no, this is completely wrong, this is completely right. No, do you remember we talk about that there is only, it will be in the future. Okay. But anyway, if I started, there is only one absolute truth, and the truth is God. But we have relative truth. So, and because we are looking at this statement, his sentence in his mission statement, we are looking, everybody is right. But for example, this is Jan's statement, and Patrick look from this, Brian look from this, Heather look from this side, Richard looked from this side, and I will look just from this side. So, and this is our point why we are here to give the full feedback to his mission statement. So, my opinion, everything, everybody who said, and you said wonderful things, can misunderstanding or even we did a wrong decision, can it lead to be an enemy to yourself? Guys, are you so, why you're so tough on yourself? Yes, can we use I'm taking a personal responsibility for my action? We don't need to go to that extreme. Let's go, I will just talk from spiritual point of view. And Patrick or Jan, you said, guys, very nicely, you said that this book is teaching us from the first step to be spiritual. This is even written effective people. However, this effectiveness is based on what? On character ethics. Do you remember, guys? Not on personality ethic. A character ethic is deep. It's our courage, honesty, humility. It doesn't based on enemy to be yourself. Courage, humility, it's all beautiful, beautiful qualities. So, and if we go further, we are inside, we are beautiful, we are pure, we are wonderful, we are part of God. So, and that is inside what Mr. Covey wanted to wake up in us. So guys, you have to love yourself. You have to cherish yourself and know that you are beautiful. Is anyone think that you are enemy to yourself? No, we think we've heard that, but we are not. We are beautiful inside, and from that beauty, we will want to be better. So my personal opinion that we are not an enemy to ourselves at all. We just need to take responsibility for ourselves. We do know we had one time a conversation, and we were discussing what's the difference between negative opinion and judging. And we come to very interesting conclusion, which would relate to these two sentences. Can you tell me, guys, opinion? God is saying, do not judge, right? Do not judge, and you wouldn't be judged. So, but what is about that situation when we need to say something? It doesn't mean that now we need to see only good. Somebody is doing something bad and we're, no, I'm not judging you. You're wonderful. You're great. We need sometimes to say our opinion, right? Like, what's the difference between judging and saying a negative opinion? Patrick, please.
Well, I mean, just within the context of the 7 habits, a negative opinion is basically when you see that certain action or thoughts, right, or words or things, or even whatever, either internal or external, that are misaligned, right, that are outside of the principle that basically that its source is not from the principles, right? Like, for example, being Christian, the notion of the commandments, right, or the 7 habits, whereas a negative opinion would be like, hey, you know what, if you're blaming someone else, and if you're blaming the traffic because you're late, but you actually could have gotten up early to get to where you need to go, right? That is a negative, statement or opinion. However, judging would be like, oh, you're just lazy. You got there late because you're lazy, right? So that is out of context, and also the person who said that, right, being judging, don't know the situation. The situation, they're late maybe because they got a flat, or maybe they need the babysitter was late, or the kid had was sick, or the dog got out and they had to chase it. I don't know, whatever it is, right? But we don't know that, so we basically took one frame of a picture of a movie and created our own fake movie instead of what the reality of the movie was or is. So
very good opinion, thank you. Anybody else? Patrick, you said they're very good, and I even continue. Richard, please.
I think just to sum it up, and it was exactly right. So opinions are towards specific actions, and judging is directed at the person, I guess, who they are.
Yes, you summarize it. It's what I wanted to say. That judging, if going from Patrick example, if we are saying you're lazy, the person can be the less lazy person in the world, and there's some situation can happen. So but if he is late, we don't need to pretend and say, oh, you're fine. No, but we need to ask why you were late. So it's why your action brought you to be late. But still, we cannot keep silence. We need to admit it, right? But if I will say you are lazy, this is judging. And so what I wanted to say that I am the enemy, it's judging yourself. This is much better to say that I am taking responsibility. So this is taking responsibility for my action. And please continue to love yourself. Because if we don't have love, we cannot share love. We can share if I don't have a bread. How can I share a piece of bread? How can I give a piece of bread to you, right? I need to have a bread. So if I want to share something good, I need to have something good. And if I am enemy today for myself, I will share the enemy to somebody else. Nobody wants to enemy sharing. Brian, please.
Well, just as sort of a counterpoint kind of to what you're saying, Lena,
Okay.
you know, if you think about that whole, you know, the typical, I don't know, like cartoonish sort of thing where you have like a devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and I guess it's sort of the idea of, you know, it's like you want to do certain things, but, you know, you sort of listen to maybe too much, you know, the devil or what, or the, you know, the evil spirit on your, or whatever.
Okay.
And to me, at least, what Yang's sort of saying is, you know, that I realize that I'm listening too much to maybe the wrong. Or
Speak in the microphone, Brian. Speak in the microphone. We don't hear you.
yeah, I know, and so what I'm saying is that you know, that Yang's, what at least I sort of see Yang saying is, I'm listening a bit too much to the, maybe the devil or whatever. And then I have to realize, you know, that, you know, maybe I have to listen a little bit more to the good side or whatever, but I'm choosing, you know, I'm making some bad choices, and that I need to realize that I need to make better choices. So it's me making the choices.
Exactly, Brian. But I see what you said. I'm listening. It doesn't mean that he is a devil or he's an angel, right? He is listening. He's listening a devil or he's listening an angel. It means again, inside he is wonderful. He's a part of God. And he's listening something. Listening, it's already action.
Well, choosing
not
is the
his.
key.
Right, but choosing again, he remained the same. He remained young, and he's listening something, and it's already action.
Okay, well, I'm just.
That's fine. Thank you for your adding. Therefore, I will always be a courage, principle-centered man, fighting my weaknesses and growing my strengths. Beautiful. Guys, if you would like to add something or tell your opinion, please like raise your hands. It would be my pleasure to stop and listen to you. So far, what we read, everything is fine. Nobody wants to add anything. Patrick, please.
Yeah, so you know, the whole notion of fighting you know, weaknesses. I mean, there is a the risk is this. The risk is there is negative return, right? Meaning, like, you know, you could be like, oh, you know, focus on fighting your weaknesses or destroying your weakness, right? Where you're basically reallocating too much resources on that and not growing your strength, right? Because in my mind, when you grow your strength, it's infinite, right? So your return is higher, right? Whereas if you are fighting your weakness, right, your end game, right, is zero, right? You bring something down to zero, or you raise something to positive infinity, right? So, but you're using the same resource. So in terms of the allocation of resource, right, again, right, this is how I look at it. The trade-off is not worth it. So the way I'm looking at it is like, well, yeah, if you have a weakness, you bring it down to a point where it doesn't impede your growth, right? It doesn't like interfere with your growth progress, right? Then that's it, right? That's at parity. Yeah, I don't know whether I'm explaining it right, but all I'm saying is like, there's a danger or risk of like paying too much attention to the weakness, right? And not enough to the strength. So
Absolutely, Patrick. And this is so interesting. We already discussed it. We talk about it, and I gave very not funny example on myself. For example, if I'm rude, and I want to be kind. What should I do? Fight my rudeness or concentrate and start to be nice? Start to be nice to myself, start to be nice to my close ones, start to be nice to my friends, start to be nice to my coworker, start to be nice to neighbors and the people on the street. Don't know, I will get so much busy with my niceness that I will forget about my rudeness, or I even won't have time. So very good what you point. Well, I completely understand what he is saying, and I accept his as a man. And men usually want to fight in a good way. I don't mean like punch each other, of course, fight. So I got it in a man point of view. But if you are saying that, I will, yes, I'm with you, and let's concentrate on positive. We are attracting what we are concentrating on. If we will concentrate on good, we will create good. We will attract good. We will concentrate on bad, at bad, we will create more bad. So great point. Brian, please.
There was an interesting, I don't know, have you ever heard of the chessboard metaphor by Ron Harris? I don't know. It's actually a very interesting video. I know it's on YouTube. I watched it on YouTube. Basically, the idea is, well, he's a psychologist, and he's big into I think it's ACT. I think is what it is. But he did a video on the chessboard analogy, which is, you know, normally we think of something like, you know, evil or bad and good as sort of, you can sort of think of it as like black and white pieces on the chessboard.
Mhm.
And somehow or another, we want to defeat the black. But he sort of gives us different sort of summary or different sort of view on it, which is, instead of being the pieces, be the board, which is
Okay.
and it's actually a very interesting sort of take on it, which is, I mean, basically what he's sort of talking about in his sense is like anxiety and stuff like that, but it's sort of I think it sort of fits this too, because it's sort of, you know, instead of viewing it as sort of bad and good, it's looking at it from a different point of view completely, which is that of the chessboard itself.
Okay, Brian, I see what you mean. You raised a little bit more deep philosophical question, and probably for that we need to have a separate discussion and discuss about bad and good. But I see your point. Thank you. Thank you for adding. Next, I will always seek, defend, and promote the truth. For this, I wanted to say, what kind of truth? Of course, he mentioned probably the truth, but again, what kind of truth? We just said that absolute truth is only belong to God, and we all have relative truth. Will he promote, defend truth of himself, his truth, in his opinion, and promote it to somebody else? So this just needs to a little clarification, what I would say. What, Richard, would you like to say?
Perhaps instead of truth, could use the word my beliefs.
Okay. Okay. Patrick?
Yeah, so the whole notion of the truth, right? It's like you said, right? We as, you know, humble mortal humans, we don't know what the absolute truth is, right? So yeah, I don't have a problem with it, but you know, it's like, well, define truth. What do you mean by that, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And what do you and the thing is that truth, if everybody follow that truth, is that gonna basically benefit humanity and the universe in general, as well as their own individual being?
Right,
You know,
right.
or would it be like, oh, some, you know, most will benefit, but a few will slide off? So then, so where's that at? So that's yeah. So when, again, because when I read things like that, okay, you know, you got to define what it means, because otherwise it can it's in economics we call that, like, it's a word that you could stuff a lot of things in it. You know, it could mean many things to many people.
Yes,
So that's
yes,
the issue.
yes. Thank you, Patrick. Brian?
Yeah, going along with what Patrick's saying, I guess I was thinking of sort of the, you know, the Grecian idea or the Aristotelian idea of, like, you know, the truth, and sort of like a, you know,
Yeah.
abstract sense, as if, you know, there's a
Mhm.
truth, and then, you know, there's a non-truth or whatever. But anyhow, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Brian. Try to speak in microphone because sometimes you disappear and we want to hear everything what you're saying. Okay, guys? Okay,
Can I say
everybody.
something
Yes,
about
please, Sheila.
So I think this is a really big idea. And this is, I don't think we should have a political discussion here, but we have all heard within the past year the concept that of people people saying a lie so much that other people believe it. And there is such a thing as right and wrong. I think that there is such a thing as morality and ethics, and
Yes.
truth to me is pointing yourself toward the right moral compass.
Nice.
And I don't think that there's, I guess the opposite of that would be some sort of moral relativism. And so I think that this is what it means to be human.
Exactly. Yeah, thank you. Beautiful, Eddie. And I am absolutely sure Jan meant that, but you added, and all of you guys added so beautifully that his mission statement just benefit from it. Brian? You said nice. Yes, thank you, Sheila. I will always study, practice, and advocate 7 habits. Nothing wrong with it. I like it. 7 Habits, so deep book that one reader said that this book should stay next to Bible. And I completely agree. How many times I'm reading, all the time I'm finding something new what I'm missing. So here I'm with you, Jan. I will always study, practice, and advocate 7 habits as well. I will always follow the footsteps of real life heroes and draw lessons from the failures of my own. I like it. See, guys, he is going a little bit higher than, for example, he wants to learn from real life heroes. He doesn't want to learn from his neighbor, right? Or from somebody from his, so not from his neighbor. He wants to learn from heroes. It's wonderful. Richard, please.
I wouldn't use the word failure. I think mistake or error is appropriate.
Okay.
Failure failure happens when you quit, from my understanding. So
Okay.
I think mistakes, errors is probably more correct.
Yes. Because little mistakes are bringing to failure. So it's nice to catch that weed right away and do not wait until it grow higher than you are and you need to dig it with a shovel, right? Yes, good point. I like it. I will always search for and practice wisdom from any principle-centered religion, philosophy, or social ethics. I don't see anything wrong with it. Actually, nothing is wrong. Yeah, this is not the right word. Everything is great. We are giving our feedback and we are publishing it. Your mission statement. Your mission statement is great. So anybody wants to comment this sentence? Okay. I will always keep myself physically and financially healthy. That's great. Anybody? And I will always keep building my personality skills for second greatness to success. Wonderful. I think he did a wonderful job. Very inspirational, very precise. Personally, I like it very much. Thank you, Jan, very much for allowing us to discuss it. And we were very positively giving you a lot of critiques. I hope that was useful and we enjoyed. Thanks again. And right now will be the shortest review ever. Usually we review the previous chapters a lot. Right now it will be very quick. So who will, no, I actually tell by myself. So this is our first habit. And the first habit is what? You are the creator. For our new guys, we can say, if they won't do the creation ourselves, somebody else or circumstances will step ahead. And these guys wouldn't have a home of their dream. They will go whatever, any place they would ended up. So please, you are responsible for your own life. We need to understand that. We need to remember, you are the creator of your own life. Habit number 2. What is habit number 2? Write the program. This is the first mental creation, which is very, very important. So, and this is habit number 2, write the program. And this is habit number 3, run the program. So while the title for habits are different, this is how Mr. Covey made a gradual increase. I'm the creator, habit number 1. Habit number 2, write the program. Habit number 3, run, live the program. We were talking a lot about independent will. We were saying that Mr. Covey said that it's amazing thing. And it based on personal integrity. Richard gave us a wonderful definition of integrity. So integrity is the value we place on ourselves. It's how we can keep our commitments. And last time, Brian noticed that it's Albert Gray said, so I inserted, yes, I've seen it. Right? They said the same, but it's completely possible that they said absolutely the same thing. So I don't suspect them in plagiarism. And this is, we were talking about time management metrics, and I was telling that it's not only for managers. This is very, very, very good for our personal lives, to manage our lives, to organize our lives. So you remember that quadrant number 1 is both urgent and important, right? And it can be called fire. So it's something which needs emergency, something which needs attention, something which needs to do right away. And while we all can be in this quadrant, the bad part, if you are all the time find yourself here. And why you can find yourself here? Because you are a procrastinator, guys. Because you're procrastinating, sorry, all the time. So, and if you are here, of course, don't know, we are humans, and this is under the pressure. This is a nervous situation because you're afraid do not go into the time. After that, you want to skip in these 2 quadrants, and it's distraction. You want to distract yourself. You want to do something pleasant, you want something time waster, you want something to call to someone or somebody will call you, and you are busy work. Sometimes we are pretending that we are busy work, or we are actually can do something, but what it will be, guys? It will be not important, it will be not urgent. So, and here we were talking that this is people who are spending time over here. So this is procrastination, right? This is people who are not effective. So, and this is quadrant number 2 is the heart of time management matrix. This is where we need to put all our what we wanted to reach in a long way, in a long run. And remember, we were talking that the problem with this quadrant, while it's important, it's not urgent. And because it's not urgent, we just simply postpone it. We just simply don't do it. So, and this, I want to ask you, did you do your homework? Did you figure out where are you in Clovis 4 quadrants? Guys, be honest to yourself. Do you know what I noticed? That we're so polite to other people. It's wonderful. Let's be polite to other people. But don't be polite to yourself. But I actually noticed that we are polite to ourselves as well. We try to excuse ourselves right away. And if we don't figure out the problem, we won't be able to solve it. There is no way. Our mind, remember how our mind is working? Our mind is finding excuses right away. Why I didn't do that? I was tired. I was upset. I didn't sleep well enough, or she was bothering me, or our mind can find millions of excuses, and we're satisfied. No, be tough on yourself, but nicely, not that I'm the enemy to myself. No, you are still wonderful, but you need to tell yourself, yes, I'm spending my time in quadrant 3 and quadrant 4 all the time. I don't need to tell I'm a lazy, I'm horrible, I'm bad. No, just what I need to do in order to go away from that. Do not blame yourself. And this every step a plan how to go away from it. And do it daily. I never enough to emphasize that we are writing, I want to do something in 1 year, and we will feel good because no, it's 1 year, of course I will do it someday. No, every single day, little step. And then this is Patrick. So I will show you my schedule, and we will talk further about how to schedule and how to do so. This. So guys, while on our previous meetings, I suggested to you to search by yourself to find what schedule will work for you, because it would be too much to offer and mine too. And now you are a little bit more familiar, right? Because you worked through your schedule. Thank you, Patrick. You offer your schedule right away. And personally, I like it. And I'm sure that schedule is working for you. And it's a lot what I like in your schedule. I actually maybe will think something and change, because we always can change something. We don't need to have stagnant energy. Always learn and always change. What was, for me personally, a missing point in Mr. Covey offered the schedule planner? It was missing quadrants. It was surprising for me. He was talking so much about quadrants, and the quadrants made so big point to me, but there is no way to where he offered to insert them. So what is this basically going? This is, you figure out probably, this is quadrant 1, right? This is urgent and important, right? This is quadrant 2. And I called it dreams, goals, and purpose. Don't afraid to dream. you can put here any of your dream. And don't know if it didn't happen, put it in the next day, put it in the next day. Even the thing you see it. Do you know that was, I think, how it's called, Violetta, can you help me? Imagining board, right?
Can you repeat
Being
that, please?
visualize.
Yes, Violetta, can you help me? Outreacher is helping. It's there exists visualizing board, right? When you make cut the pictures of what kind of house you want to be, you want to live, what kind of body you want to have, what kind of husband you want to have, and you put on your board pictures and you look at it, and it's a very, very powerful. You actually, many people, it's very popular, and people say that they are getting what they made that visualizing board maybe 5-10 years before. Right, Violetta? I'm describing correct?
Yes, Patrick just mentioned it called a vision board. I agree with
Vision board. Thank you. I feel something wrong, but yes, thank you for mentioning. So what I mean that here, put some of your dreams, and by looking at it, you will benefit already. Why there is not 4 quadrants, 3 quadrants? How I mentioned, I have this planner probably around half a year, and before I did it manually. I had a notebook and I was drawing by myself, and it was kind of a little bit wasting of my time because I was writing in many quadrants, the day, the numbers. It was a little bit wasting time, and I always wanted to put it in Excel. And because it's not one time, already for half a year, I adjusted the size of my quadrants. And I can tell you guys, I basically never in quadrant 4. Sometimes I even put their movies. And I decided to remove quadrant 4. But quadrant 3 I don't consider it's a bad quadrant. For example, I use it as a reminder. And I still put the time wasting. So if you want, I don't know how to send it through WhatsApp, but if you are interested, just play with it a little bit. Please send me your email and I will send you this. And of course you can modify. For example, with this, don't pay attention for this number. It's my energy codes for the day. So of course you don't need it, and I can remove it and send to you. And you can see this is my sheets. So this is starting from December 1925. This is December 26 one. Let's see. But now you can see how is it. It's working. So of course I start from here, and it's a little bit well, for example, you can see that my quadrant number 2 almost packed, almost done. Of course, I can do some modifications. What I'm doing, for example, I'm studying Bhagavad Gita. It's Veda. And do you know what I noticed, that I'm reading, sometimes don't read, sometimes don't read, but I want to read. And I decided to put very possible, not option, what I can do. Verse, it's sloka, it's like one verse. For example, if you're reading Bible, right? Just one verse, and of course, I can do it. But if I have more time, I am not prohibited for myself to read 2, 3. So, but one verse is every single day. So this, for example, are very good book about health. Tarsunov writer. I also, it was laid down and far away, but I always wanted. So I decided to move ahead, and I'm reading it every day. And of course, I will finish someday when I will finish Bhagavad Gita and when I will finish Tarsunov. So I will use something else. So I'm studying Sanskrit, and of course, sometimes I study, sometimes not. But one word, if I have an app, if I need more, I will learn 10, 20, 100, no, not 100, too much, no, 10 words I can use. So this, you can see 7 habits there. I'm doing it every single day. This is my Veda, this is numerology. So, and you see, I can cross out whatever I did. I love it. And use, if, for example, you will use it, use shortcuts. They are fantastic. Because I just click Ctrl 5 and my things are crossed out. What you see, I don't stress out about quadrant number 1 as well, but it's me. It doesn't mean that the other person will be that. Probably I don't procrastinate. I'm serious, guys. If even you procrastinate, as soon as you will get scheduling, you won't be procrastinator, because it's everything under your nose right away. So, and because for me, it's, what, for example, alteration. I need to alter the cushion and find the alteration service. See, it's not really a big deal, but why is it here? Because, you know, guys, for 3 weeks, it was hanging here in reminders. So see what I'm doing? It was here, and I see it's already, and I didn't have time, I didn't want it. So, and then, okay, girl, now it's already time and you need to do it. So I move it into alteration. And again, on Sunday, I couldn't do it, but I did it today. I actually called it today, and today I can cross it out already. So then, so whatever is here, then if I don't do it, I slowly move it here. But if I do what, for example, I do some exercise, I just cross it out, and it's it. And of course, here it's already I need to cross it out. So, and after this, I am doing my morning routine. And you see, for example, when today I got up at 4:20, sometimes why I keep 3, because very often I'm getting up 3:45. It's actually from the previous schedule. What I need to keep 3. Sometimes I'm getting up early, and I like to see and keep when I get up. Well, so if you are interested, I can send you that. Please send me your email, and they just play with it. One more thing, to me, it's very, very important. While it's on the computer, very convenient, we cannot carry computer with us all the time, right? And the things are coming in our minds during the day. When you out of computer, what I do? I have an app on my cell phone. And whatever is coming in my mind, I'm writing right away. Call to my sister, remind my husband about something, buy something, what, for example, I'm making an order, buy something. And of course, you can search for your app. Of course, I can share with you my favorite app. But basically, it's just in a any notebook which you hold in your, which you have in your cell phone, you can write it there. That's it. Even you can write how I'm doing. Even you write on a pile, because you don't need to sort. You just, whatever thought come and you think that you can forget, just write it down in your cell phone. And when I'm scheduling every morning. And it's going like at 5 a.m. I love that time. So no, you can choose any time, but preferably at the beginning of the day. So I open my notebook and my cell phone, And at this time, I'm sorting what is important, what is, where is it going, where is it going. And in this way, I don't forget a thing. So thank you. Who wants to add something or share something or ask something? Maybe share what you have, what kind of schedule you have. Maybe you want to add to hear something. Do you have any schedule right now for yourself? I'm sure, Sheila, you have so important job. What
So-
schedule do you have?
Well, I try to align myself because I work in-house as a lawyer. So I align myself with the priorities of the company I work for. I happen to work for a bank. But I think of I always think of trying to put myself in the quadrant, I guess 3, the one that's proactive. But the way I think about it is spending my time doing the things that have the biggest impact and not spending my time doing the things that are the minutia. And I think about that in every aspect of my life, in my work, of course, because I work a lot of hours and it's a big part of my life being a lawyer, but in other things too. So you can think of this in terms of, I mean, one of the things that I try to do is to be proactive at work. So because I'm a commercial lawyer, the things that I think about, well, what are the most important things that the business needs me to get done? I mean, I'm not going to spend my time on the little risks. I'm going to spend my time on eliminating the big risks because that's the most effective way I can spend my time, and that will have the biggest impact. When I was a more junior lawyer, the way I would do this was I would spend my time training business people in the things that they needed to do to get their jobs done more effectively so that I could have a big impact on the organization as a whole. And again, so if I could spend my time training and then let them know what they were supposed to do and help the organization, that was a way that I could put myself into that quadrant of doing the most proactive things. Or another way you can think about it is, and again, I'm thinking of it from the point of view of a lawyer, but anybody can, you can extrapolate and do this in any field. One of the things that lawyers can do is, I could negotiate every deal from scratch, start from a brand new blank sheet of paper and write out the deal. Well, obviously I don't do that. I develop templates so that I can be more effective and use and have the best provisions in my agreements to reuse. And I teach other people how to do that too. So those are just some of the ways. I don't think of it in terms of just unfortunately, I don't have a schedule. I can't really make my own schedule because it depends on the deal that I'm working on.
Okay. Yes, thank you, Sheila, very beautifully. Do I pronounce correct your name, Sheila?
Perfect. Yes.
Thank you.
Right.
Yes, thank you so much. Very beautifully said. We are all in different ways here. We are all different, but scheduling are. What is scheduling, guys? We are always planning something good, right? We never will plan something bad. So, and even this, if we are planning, if we are writing it down or putting on the computer, putting it writing, it's already increased in its own power. So plan something good and it will happen. So today, not like last time, today we are on time, and I want to ask you, please let us know with what you are going with, what you are taking with you. what 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 inspire you today. So this is not about me at all. This is all about you, with what you are going with, what you are taking with you, what you will work next week, because not next week, this week, because next week we will start a new habit. And guys, congratulations. If it's here, we finished the first level, and the first level we are going from dependency to independence level. So we finished dependent level and we are going into independent level. So hello, Nis. Okay, let's continue. Patrick, please let us know what you wanted to say.
So, I mean, one thing that both you, Lena, and Sheila mentioned, that the schedule, the weekly schedule, in fact, I'm actually in process of changing it too, because it has to fit your lifestyle, it has to fit your condition. So it's like, yeah, I'm about to hop on a new project in January, so I have to kind of make my schedule in such a way that fit, or at least I'll be able to record what's going on or what I need to do for for the next first quarter, Q1 of 2021. So yeah, so it's not it's not static. You know what I mean? It's like you basically have to make that weekly schedule work for you so that you can be effective. I mean, it's a tool. So that's my walk away, and that's what I'm doing in process of doing right now, coincidentally, to redesign my weekly schedule. But I don't use Excel. I use OneNote, mainly because OneNote I could get on my phone easier than Excel. So, but
Okay. Anybody else? Guys, be brave. What do you think about scheduling? Richard?
Yeah, it's helpful to look at those 4 quadrants and see yourself where you land in those quadrants, and you eventually realize that you're spending a little too much time in some areas that you shouldn't. So this gives me the I guess the focus to reconsider, to make sure that I'm spending more time in quadrant 2 than some of the others. These days, I don't fight as many fires as I used to. I don't have many people getting in my way, coming to me with emergencies as much as I used to. So quadrant 1 is not the biggest thing for me right now. So I just need to stay in quadrant 2 to focus on what's important. Now, granted, we all have financial health, let's say, as Jan would say, financial health. We also have the other side of it is our personal spiritual health. And so somewhere we've got to fit those things in. Yeah, we're all pretty busy, but those other things have to fit in our schedule somewhere.
Beautifully said, beautifully said. Even if we are financially already stable, there is a lot of things which we need to take care of, like Richard said, health, or our spiritual growth, and it's joy, it's exhilaration. If we are spending too much time on Instagram, on Facebook, and next to the TV, we are going down. There is no such in life, in our life, that if we don't do nothing, we are staying here. Nothing stagnant in life. If we don't do nothing, we are going automatically, we are going down. So stay on the top and be the best version of yourself. Brian, please.
Well, I was just thinking that I guess I was just thinking how lucky or how I'm lucky to be a member of the group, because I'm just you know, learning a lot from, you know, the people who are learning a lot from you guys about just, you know, a completely different way of life, I guess. It's interesting to hear other people sort of talk about what they're doing and stuff, and you know, like the scheduling and everything. I have to admit, I'm really kind of happy I started that, because I think that might be helpful to me. But I'm learning a lot from just listening and stuff. So.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much. We are learning from all of us. And I'm learning a lot from all of you. Thank you so much. Anybody else? So, and next time we will discuss Brian mission statement. I wrote that people absolutely love him. His mission statement, cannot wait to see it. So we are finishing our meeting. I tremendously enjoyed, and I hope you will have a wonderful week, and you will work and listen again and participate in our group chat. Have a wonderful week, and I look forward to see you again next week, and it would be on Sunday at 4 p.m. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's a question.
Thank
The
you.
group chat, is that on WhatsApp?
Yes. Do you see on the chat right now my phone number?
Yeah, I got your phone number. So I'll just send you a text and you can add me.
Yes, and I will add you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, my pleasure. Thank you, Heather,
Good night,
for
everyone.
participating. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lena.
Thank you, Niall.